Hello, I feel like I'm in withdrawal because I forgot to take my meds yesterday, but theoretically I'm supposed to stop taking them, so I'm probably not gonna take them today either. But I don't feel very well. Yeah. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about class, a more serious topic than usual, I guess. But it was inspired by seeing some idiots on TikTok. Recently there was the whole trend with the song "I want to be with bourgeoisie." You know the song? Yeah. And that song trending just like exposed me to so many bad takes. I mean, I see so many bad takes about this all the time, but whatever. So I wanted to talk about class and what bourgeoisie means. Yeah. So the main issue I see all of the time is people conflating two class systems into one. So you have working class versus owning class, aka bourgeoisie, versus the proletariat, yeah. And you have the lower, middle, and upper class. So a lot of people call it working class, middle class, and upper class, which is not true. And I mean, in general, the lower class is the working class, and the upper class is the owning class most of the time, but middle class, it differs. Like, middle class people are sometimes part of the bourgeoisie, sometimes they are not part of the bourgeoisie. I mean, usually if they're part of the bourgeoisie, they're part of the petty bourgeoisie, but then you have upper middle class, in which case they might be just a part of the regular bourgeoisie. So, as the name suggests, working class is the workers. They work, yeah? Can you hear her? I let her in and she left immediately. Okay, yeah. So we have the working class and the owning class. So the working class is, as the name suggests, the workers, and the owning class is people who own private property. Now, private property is not your shit, yeah? Like this shirt, not private property. This computer, not private property. This bottle of soda, not private property. All of those are personal property, yeah? Even this apartment is not private property. It's personal property. Private property is like a shop, a business, a factory, yeah, a bakery, etc., etc. All of those are private property. If I understand correctly, then also like the oven in a bakery is private property, like the cash register in the store is private property. Basically, private property is privately owned property that is used to generate profit. So it's like the capitalism things, yeah, the things you use to capitalism. And your shit, like your computer, your apartment, your bed, your clothes, are personal property. Yeah, they are your personal property, not your private property. I hope you got it. Because if you didn't, you are kinda dumb. Anyway, so bourgeoisie is the people who own private property. So like if you own a factory, yeah, if you own a corporation, you are bourgeoisie. And if you just own like a store, yeah, like a bakery, like a local corner store, then you are petty bourgeoisie. Like if you own a lot and like you are like doing a lot of capitalism, you are bourgeoisie. But if you do just like a little bit of capitalism, then you are petty bourgeoisie. And you are the proletariat or the working class if you don't have any private property. So for example, I do not have any private property, but I am middle class, as you can tell by the fact that we own our apartment, but we do not own any other apartments that we rent to people, for example. I mean, I don't own this, my parents own this, but you know, whatever. Yeah, and like lower, middle, and upper class is just the economic thing. Like, you are lower class, that means you are poor. You are middle class, that means you are, let's say, normal. This is like the level that everyone should be. Like, if you're poor, you shouldn't be poor. I mean, it's not your fault. But you shouldn't be poor, you should be middle class. And if you're rich, you shouldn't be rich. Give us all your fucking money, you should be middle class with all of us. That's how it should be. Yeah. So you're upper class if you're fucking rich. And I'm talking like rich, because if you're just a little rich, then you're upper middle class, because, oh my god, do you know how much money rich people have? Like you see those rich houses near you, those are not rich people, unless you live in a really rich area, yeah? Those are just upper middle class. They have nowhere close the amount of money that upper class people have. Like, rich people have, like, an amount of money you can't even imagine. It's insane. Yeah. And it annoys me when people conflate those two, like, class systems. I think, like, in the current system of capitalism, we all strive to be middle class, and we all strive to be petty bourgeoisie. Like, proletariat is the correct one, yeah? Like, why would you be owning stuff? But in the current system, you want to be petty bourgeoisie, or, like, at least somewhat part of it. Like, you know, if there's like a co-op system or something like that, then you are not necessarily the owner, but you get the idea. Because, like, to me, petty bourgeoisie, like, you own a business, but you like own a shop and you work in the shop, yeah? So you kind of own the means of production. So I feel like that's good. So I feel like we all strive to be petty bourgeoisie, or like our mate is a petty bourgeoisie and he hires us or something, you know? That's kind of the goal here. And yeah, like, the big bourgeoisie shouldn't exist. Yeah, the same way we all want to be middle class, we all should be middle class. I mean, I know a lot of people want to be rich, but I don't think there is a ethical way to be a rich person, because, like, if you're rich, like rich, even if you're a little rich, to be honest, like, why are you hoarding the cash? Like, why are you hoarding the money? Why won't you help other people? Like, that's kind of evil. Because, like, if you're just middle class, yeah, you have money you need and you have some additional money, then yeah, it's good if you help other people. But, like, I don't think you're morally obliged to help other people. But if you're, like, fucking rich, you are drowning cash, then I think it's evil if you don't help other people. Like, what do you need all the cash you'll never spend for? And, like, I know that the fucking neo-libs will come I mean, they won't come here. They would come here if this was TikTok, because on TikTok everyone comes here, but it's YouTube and I have a very tiny channel, so they probably won't come here. But if I had a bigger channel, the neo-libs would come here and be like, the rich people don't have all of their fucking shit in cash, they own it in stocks, etc, etc. But the thing is, yes, a lot of their, like, net worth is in their private property. However, they still have a fuck ton of cash. And also, owning that much property is not ethical, so fuck you. Anyway, if you are watching this and you have any, like, good books for me to read, feel free to leave them in the comments. So far, I haven't read too much. I mostly just listened to some podcasts, and I read the manifesto, which I really enjoyed. One of my favorite parts of the manifesto was when they said that, like, the working man doesn't own anything, like the bourgeoisie destroyed personal property. And I feel like we're seeing that again, because back then you had the whole, like, company currency. Yeah, you work for a company and they give you, let's say you work for Walmart, and they give you your fucking Walmart money and you can only use it at Walmart. Yeah, that's what they did back then. And right now, well, we don't have this. We don't own anything again. I mean, a lot of people rent the place they live in. We rent our entertainment. There's a subscription service for everything. Like, the companies right now don't want you to own anything. Like, yeah. And even you have your games on Steam. Yeah, you purchase your games on Steam. You do not own them. I don't know what's the right word. You lease them, I think. Like, you paid for them and you can use them for now. But if Steam decided that you couldn't use them, or even I think if the person that made the game decided you couldn't have it anymore, that's it. There are the files on your computer, I guess, but maybe you can't access them anymore. Who knows? Yeah. Everything is like that nowadays. That's why I really like collecting CDs, etc. Because, yeah, it's something that you can own. Like, obviously I don't own the music. I don't have the rights to the music, but I will have these forever. These have like a lifespan of 100 years. I will have them for the rest of my fucking life, yeah? Unless I sell them to someone or something bad happens to them. But otherwise, I will have them for the rest of my life. And even if I stopped paying Spotify, yeah, I can't listen to music comfortably on Spotify. Oh no, I still have my fucking CDs. But from what I heard, like, you have movies. From what I heard, I don't know if this is true because I don't collect movies as of now. I heard that Blu-rays sometimes have the thing where you need to be connected to the internet or something, so they check your license, so you don't really own them, which I think is shady as fuck and shouldn't exist. Anyway, whatever. Working men of the world unite or something. Whatever. Communism forever. Bye. I'd like to think that it's out of fear. We're blowing to town maybe twice a year to check on me, see if I'm still here, and make me think it was my idea. When everything in the world is free, I come to you so easily. You've never felt a sense of me, you that I refuse to see. You had me, but it's over now. You had me, but it's over now.